Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Be a Loser. Hopefully a lot of you are trying out an LCHF diet, but if you're like me, then trying to get started can be a bit daunting. It certainly took me months to wrap my brain around the macros and how much of each thing I should be eating. And it took me years to really feel like I understood the diet completely. So in this video, we're going to give you a head start and help you prepare your LCHF diet plan. First off, and something we've already discussed previously, if you're thinking of starting an LCHF diet, especially a ketogenic diet, please consult with your physician, especially if you have a health condition that would preclude an LCHF diet. And if those conditions are kidney or heart related, then it's imperative that you consult your physician. Be aware that most physicians are not trained in nutrition and may not fully understand the benefits of nutritional ketosis. So just send them to our YouTube channel or to Ellen Davis's website, Ketogenic Diet Resource, as most of the information in this video is from there. It's also a good idea to have a checkup as well as blood labs done just before you start the diet. Then after 4 to 6 months on the diet, you can have another checkup with blood labs to see the health benefits of what you're doing. Okay, so let's get started. First off, it's good to know that there are several books that can help you to understand why low carb works as well as how it works. The first book that I read on the subject was Why We Get Fat by Gary Taubes. I'd highly recommend picking up a copy. There's a link on the website to the book. We'll add others as the website develops. Okay, next, we need to do a kitchen check and remove any high carb foods. We don't want them in the house, or we will be tempted to eat them. This includes any whole grain foods or complex carbs, and that includes cereal and oatmeal. We've previously discussed what foods to avoid, and we'll add a list on the website. So once we've got the high carb foods out, we need to restock the kitchen with healthy, low carb foods. Again, rewatch the previous video to get ideas of what to buy. The KDR has a great list of LCHF foods as well as a grocery list. We'll add a link on our website as well. Now remember that LCHF is not some gimmick diet and doesn't require special foods. So don't feel the need to buy things labeled as low carb. Ketogenic foods are generally just whole foods, so we try to avoid highly processed foods. Also remember that net carbs are total carbs minus fiber. So this is the number to use when counting your macros. Now, artificial sweeteners are okay, but I generally recommend them sparingly or not at all, as they can stimulate cravings. Sugar alcohols such as sucralose or erythritol are fine, but may be anti-ketogenic. So you should count these as carbs and see how they affect you. My wife has no problem with them, but they have a tendency to derail my efforts. So everyone is different when it comes to them. Another aspect of LCHF is that you will generally need to cook your own meals. It's possible to eat out on LCHF, but always better to prepare meals yourself. So my advice is to find several simple LCHF meals and learn how to make them. Then just mix and match throughout the week. They can be as extravagant or as simple as you like. I typically prefer recipes with fewer ingredients that are easy to stock and easy to prepare. We'll be filming many more cooking videos in the coming months, so be sure to look for those. Now, the next step is to plan your meals ahead. A great way to do this is to write down a menu for the week. Once you have this down, then it makes shopping a snap, and there are no surprises. I've used several LCHF recipes from books and websites. I found my favorites based on how they taste and how easy they were to make. These are the ones we'll be sharing in our cooking series. Also, it's a good idea to cook more than you need so you have leftovers. This is especially handy when cooking dinner, so that you have something already prepared and ready to go for lunch the next day. For me personally, this has been a great time saver for lunches for my wife at work. Now try to replace your bad eating habits with new ones. Instead of hitting the drive-thru in the morning for coffee and a breakfast sandwich, try brewing some coffee at home, especially if it's bulletproof. And try to have some pre-cooked bacon and or boiled eggs ready to go. You can check out our bulletproof coffee video here. Also, instead of snacking on chips, try to replace your chips with nuts. My personal favorite is macadamia nuts, or better yet, you can avoid snacking altogether. Also, try measuring out servings based on the serving size of the food you're eating. For example, if a serving of nuts is a 1/4 cup, then measure out a 1/4 cup and see if it's enough. If not, then add another 1/4 cup, and so on. This helps with tracking your macros, and it aids in avoiding overeating. Also, as I say in many of my videos, stay hydrated. This is important as your body begins to flush out water and salt when entering ketosis. Mineral water is especially helpful here, but if you have any side effects from entering ketosis, be sure to watch the side effects of ketosis video for the remedies. Also, find a way to track your food intake, especially in the beginning, until you have a good idea of the macro levels of the food you're eating. There are many mobile apps that can do this, or if you're old school, you can keep a food journal. It can also be helpful to buy some keto test strips to see if you're in ketosis. These strips detect ketones in urine, but unlike blood testing strips, they're delayed, meaning that the ketone levels they measure are from several hours earlier. Don't treat them as gospel, but more as a guide on your way to fat-burning adaptation. Now, try to plan ahead for social occasions that you know will present roadblocks that could derail your efforts. Try to have healthy snacks with you that you can eat if a craving pops up. Look for low-carb items on menus of restaurants and bars when you hang out with friends. Over time, the high-fat intake of the LCHF diet will keep you full longer, and you'll be less likely to desire the old high-carb foods. Additionally, your body will undergo chemical changes over time that will alter your body chemistry and reduce cravings as well. And if all else fails, and you wake up one morning feeling depressed because you ate the old way the night before, well, consider some intermittent fasting to speed along the process. You can check out my entire series on that for more info. It's important as well to not become a slave to the scale. You'll actually see size changes and other positive side effects like more energy before you'll see actual weight loss. Typically, it takes about 2 weeks to see any significant weight loss beyond water weight. But have faith and stay vigilant, as the fat weight loss is real and will come. It's a good idea to weigh yourself only once a week, first thing in the morning after you've gone to the bathroom. Feel free to track your weight, but don't become obsessed with it or your ketone levels. A better barometer for whether or not you have achieved ketosis is if you are losing size and feeling well. Remember that we're talking about a life change here, the true meaning of diet. So our goal is long-term health benefits with some short-term results. And that's where we can turn to our blood labs and see that what we're doing is truly helping. And those are the basics of the LCHF diet plan. Hopefully this video has been helpful and will simplify some things for you when starting out. LCHF really is a long-term journey on the road to health and happiness. And that will do it for this video. Be sure to subscribe to get new videos and enable alerts by clicking on the bell so you don't miss anything. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Be a Loser Today. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, keep being a loser.